After the hobbits are unable to meet Gandalf and Bree, they are led by Strider to an ancient ruin in hopes to find the missing wizard. After a chilling episode in Bree, the hobbits, Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin, were led by Strider through northern Eriador towards an ancient ruin in hopes to meet Gandalf. Along the way, they camped along the trail to spend the night. For some time, Frodo couldn't fall asleep. While he tossed and turned, he noticed flashing lights in the east. Curiously, he asked Strider about them. Strider didn't know what they were. Frodo just watched them for some time, till he fell asleep. The next day, the hobbits continued on until they came to their destination, the ruined watchtower of Amansul, or Weathertop. While there, they split up. Pippin and Sam went exploring and set up camp. While looking around, they found firewood in a small spring of water. Meanwhile, Frodo, Strider, and Merry climbed to the top of the ruin to look around. While there, Strider found a lighter-colored stone with some curious scratches on them. On the left was a rune for G, and beside that were 3 strokes. Strider thought it meant that Gandalf was there on October the 3rd, only a few days earlier. But he didn't have much time to think about it, because southwest from them, Frodo saw black shapes on the road. Black riders or Ringwraiths. They'd seen them before. Dark, terrifying beings, neither dead nor alive. Nazgul they were called, chief servants of Sauron. Years before, each of them was given a powerful ring that over time caused them to turn into what they are now. Recently they had been sent by Sauron to find the One Ring and reclaim it for him. After seeing them, Frodo, Strider, and Merry rushed back to the camp to Sam and Pippin. Once gathered, Aragorn had to leave, but he gave the hobbits short swords if it came to the worst. Later that day, after sunset, the worst did come. Over the edge of the hill appeared black shapes, the Ringwraiths. The hobbits fled to the top of the ruin, but they were trapped. One wraith in the center crept closer and closer towards Frodo. Ever growing in Frodo's mind was the temptation to put on the ring. Frodo couldn't resist, and it slipped on his finger. Then the wraith took his sword and stabbed Frodo in the shoulder. But just then, Strider came bounding in. He fought the wraiths off single-handedly, but the damage was done. Frodo had been badly hurt by a Morgul blade and became very sick. If he didn't get help fast, he turned into a wraith. Strider did what he could, but they needed to get to Elrond and Rivendell. So the group set out east again. Once past Weathertop, they came to a wood where Glorfindel and Elfram Rivendell met them. He traveled with them for a while, until the wraiths came back to finish off their prey. Glorfindel quickly sent Frodo galloping off as fast as he could, closely pursued by the Nazgul. Weathertop was located in northern Eriador, about halfway between Hobbiton and Rivendell. It was the tallest of the Weather Hills and sat just north of the Great East Road. The ruin on top is what remains of an ancient watchtower named Amansul that was built by Elendil in the early days of Arnor to house one of the 7 Palantir. Before the last alliance of elves and men, it is said that Elendil watched for their arrival of Gil-galad before marching south. Later in the year 861 of the Third Age, when Arnor was divided into 3 kingdoms, Amansul was at the center of the conflict, mainly because of the Palantir inside. Over 500 years later, a great army from the north, led by the Witch King of Angmar, attacked the tower and burned it. The Palantir was saved in the conflict, but was later lost at sea. Eventually, it became a favorite spot for rangers because of its central location and the commanding view from the top. For our model, we tried to base it on the original book titled The Fellowship of the Ring, although we did use the official Lego set, which is based on the 2001 film. This model is fairly simple, consisting of mainly the hill. Just beside the hill runs a portion of the Great East Road, while on the other side runs the weathered path that Strider led the hobbits along. On the back side of the hill is a small stream of water mentioned in the book. On top sits the Lego set with an extended campsite to allow for more filming room. Added to the set are several play features that we've modified for our MOC. Our model is built on 6 large green base plates and covers 600 square inches. At its peak, it stands roughly 8.5 inches tall. We hope you like our model. If you'd like to see a short brick film with this model, please click on the Ringwraith. If you'd like to visit our channel for more brick films and other movies, please click on Strider. Thank you.